All right. I just want to start by saying I've never done this before. So it's a great little warm-up for me here at the Lincoln Center. Hey guys, it's good to be here. I want to tell you a love story. I grew up in a small town called Acworth, Georgia. Yeah, it's got a great Cracker Barrel. Oh, you guys are fun. All right, this is gonna be great. I have this really frustrating story where I think I fell in love before I knew what it was. I met the girl of my dreams when I was 12. I was on a summer camp school bus, and I saw her, and it hurt my body. And I was at the top of the water slide once we got to the camp, like a 90-foot tall water slide, and I had my t-shirt on because I was the kind of kid that wore a t-shirt at the pool. It's before sun shirts, guys, so it was a different situation. But you understand what I'm talking about. And my best friend, Brian Cox, was like, I dare you to go to that girl in the red bathing suit and ask her to be your girlfriend. And I was like, fine. And I slid down the 90-foot tall water slide, and I remember like walking up to her in like waist deep water. And like the closer I got, like the more of a bad idea this was becoming. And I was just like, will you be my girlfriend? First words I ever said to her. And she, good night. No, she was like, she backed up, obviously. And she was like, yes. And I was like, cool. And then for the next 4 days, I didn't say a word to her. And that started my beautiful journey into the friend zone. She dumped me for Michael Gardner by the end of camp. Asshole. And we became best friends after that. I was the guy that she would call when one of her like frosted tip baseball player boyfriends like didn't know how to listen. Would call me. I'd be like, what's going on? Like, tell me the deal. And it was great, and I appreciate it. And if anybody is in the friend zone right now, just keep the faith. It's gonna be all right. You're better for it. No, but we fell in love. And we got married really young. And my parents did not want us to get married. Stacy broke my heart over and over and over again. It was one of those really unhealthy situations that I stand by. I'm glad I made that decision. And we got married at 22. And we wanted to leave our small town. And we moved to a beautiful place called West Palm Beach, Florida. Yeah. And I was finishing college. And we moved down there. We didn't know a soul. And then we met these like 10 people who we didn't know would become our lifelong best friends. And they were all thespians. I had never been around anybody like that before. They would like break into a musical song at a funeral. Really annoying people. I love them. Some of them are here right now. But during the day, we would like work for the crazy people in Palm Beach. And then at night, we would watch like 24 on DVD. Like all 10 of us in my living room. And then one night, this hurricane came, and the city of West Palm was asked to be evacuated. And it was kind of exciting. It was like Twister. I felt like Philip Seymour Hoffman. And we got in the cars, and we took off. We did a 9-hour drive back to the farm where I grew up on. And we woke up to my grandma shooting BB guns on the front porch and my mom making breakfast. And I saddled up some horses, and here I had these new friends on my little family farm. It was fun. And we were sitting in the grass. And my wife that I'd been married to for a year was on this horse called Pearl, and the horse came back, and nobody was on the horse. And it was a deafening silence. One of those where you can tell that something is unnatural, something's wrong. And my new friends and I ran out in the tall grass, and we found Stacy, and she was unconscious. She was bleeding from one of her eyes, and she was badly hurt, and I'm really thankful we didn't touch her. And that started this new journey. We went to the hospital, and it turned out that she had broken her neck. She had broken like C1, C3, C5, and C6. And the doctor was like, she's not going to move again from the neck down. And that was an odd thing to hear. And my sweet friends tried to comfort me. And then they had to, they had to go back to Florida. They had to go back to their lives. And we ended up at this beautiful place called the Shepherd Center in Atlanta, Georgia. And at the Shepherd Center, every night at 9 p.m., I would have to leave Stacy's bedside, and I had a little apartment that they gave me. And I felt myself going through, I don't know if it was grief or trauma or what, but I was losing my feeling. I was having this weird outer-body experience where I was worried about myself losing feeling. And I was going to these classes to learn how to bathe her and feed her. And it was the first time that I had ever been around nurses and seen like their sense of hospitality on a daily basis. And you guys, the human spirit is alive and well. We are strong. And I started journaling, and my friends came back up and visited me, and I didn't know what to say, so I would just read them these weird journal entries. And they were like, hey, you should learn how to play the guitar and sing at the same time. Thespians, am I right? Jeez. But I actually thought it might have been a pretty good idea. So they left. I learned how to play like the G chord, and maybe the D chord and the C chord. And I got the guts up to go to an open mic. And it was at a Starbucks at 5 p.m. And I felt like everybody in the room only had futon furniture. You understand? They matched the lighting. And I got behind the mic, and I didn't have a chorus or a verse or anything. I just had this one paper, and I didn't want to have to flip the page. And that was the first time that I started to cry. And I ugly cried. And I cried so much that I got uncomfortable on behalf of all of the futon owners. And then I began to laugh. And then I remembered how to play the G chord. And I just started strumming it, and I sang all of the words. And then I just went and grabbed my guitar and walked up, and I looked up, and it was the first time I really experienced the kindness of strangers. And all of these people were crying with me. And that's when I really fell in love with live music and with songwriting. And during the day, I was going to classes to figure out how to take care of Stacy. And at night, I would go and I would work on this one song. And it ended up being the first song that I ever wrote. And I would love to sing it for you right now. That's okay. All right. Thank you, Miriam. Give Miriam a hand, everybody. Thanks, buddy.
My backyard's filled with nothing less but paisley eyes and rusted specks of genuine filtered times of silence chimes and weathered minds. Your peace is here, it is so deep. like crayon-covered paper sheets. It rhymes with love, it's blind in the heat. It knows no other home but me. Oh, it's you. It's you. So grab your sweater, I'll grab my keys. You grab your cap and shoes and we'll leave. Maybe that's what she needs to hear. Maybe that's what she needs. This polished room of butterflies, they're cold and wet, not ever dry. These windows in this creepy place have carved out future tragic shapes of tearful thoughts and hopeless times. It knows no other faith so blind. It whispers deep till I can't sleep. This room, it begs for you to keep. But you, you grab your sweater, I grab my keys, you grab your cap and shoes and we'll leave. Maybe that's what she needs to hear. Maybe that's what she needs. Don't fall asleep. I'll grab my scarf, my coat, my keys. Oh, don't fall asleep. I'll grab my scarf, my coat, my keys. Maybe that's what she needs to hear. Maybe that's what she needs. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, thank you. So, a miracle happened. She was telling a story one night on her hospital bed, and she began to move one of her fingers. And then she moved a hand a week later, and then her arms, and then her legs, and then we left. And before that, me and those buddies from West Palm were like, if by some miracle Stacy ever gets better, let's all move to New York City together and pursue our dreams. So we did. We did. We moved up here. And I had burnt CDs, and I would show up on Bleecker Street at like 3:30 p.m. when the managers were like cleaning whatever filth happened the night before. And I would give them my CDs, and I finally started getting my little gigs. And, you know, at first it was like Tuesday night at 2:30 a.m. And the only people that showed up were my friends. And then we just started to talk about our art together. At night, we would get together and we would read each other our poems, or we would, you know, somebody would do some weird acting thing that they were working on. Or someone would write a snippet of a play that they were trying to write. And the art got better. Everyone excelled from that, and it was beautiful. It still is. And my art became really a reflection of how opening yourself up to collaboration can lead to creativity, can lead to really good creativity. And we lived in that reality for like several years. And the crowd grew, and we got to the place where we could sell out the Bowery Ballroom down on the Lower East Side, and it was a blast. And during those years, my relationship with Stacy took a beating. We broke each other's hearts, and just use your own imagination. And the city broke us down, and I started to lose myself again. And I started to write these sad songs. And I remember I was playing a show at Bowery Ballroom with this band of really sweet people that I had hired. They were all like yes people. And I looked out at the crowd, and everyone was with me. And I looked at the band, and they could have been anywhere else. And I was like, I don't want to do this anymore. And the next day, I called the first person that ever told me to try to sing in front of people, and the first songwriter I was ever around is one of my oldest friends in the world. I called a fellow named Brian Elmquist, and he had moved to New York, and I played him some of these sad songs. I was like, help me. And we went back to the open mic. There was open mic at Bar 4 in Park Slope, Brooklyn. And that became our home for a little while. And it's my honor to introduce you to the one and only Brian Elmquist, everybody. This is Brian. Hey, buddy. So Brian and I are going to sing the first song we ever wrote together right now.
I wonder if I ever should have told you to sing.
I know, right? Is it capoed?
However you like.
Oh, yeah, you're so smart. Ready?
Come on, my love, I'm not the one that you were looking for. I'm not the shoulder you should cry on. I am the one you should have let go. Come on, my love, I'm not the one that you were looking for. I'm not the shoulder you should cry on. I am the one you should have let go. Out my door, on the street, you will walk next to me. Through the cold, through the heat, calm me down when I sleep. Grab my arm, oh, whisper deep, I'm alone when I think you're my soul. We're in sync, but I'm your crutch. Yeah. Come on, my love, I'm not the one that you were looking for. I'm not the shoulder you should cry on. I am the one you should have let go. I am the one you should have let go. I am the one you should have let go. So, yeah, Brian Elmquist, everybody. But we both knew in our heart of hearts that there was something missing. And there was a person that I had sang Oh Happy Day with together at a wedding a few years before. And I found out that she had just moved from Beijing to New York to go to the French culinary school of something. And I asked her to come and sing, and I'll never be the same. And I would like to introduce her to you. This is Miss Kanene Pipkin, everybody. And this is the first song we ever sang together.
And it was the French Culinary Institute.
Yeah. 1, 2. You never need nobody. You've never been alone. And I try to get your affection. and all I ever do is wrong. You could break a heart in your sleep. Oh, the way you move makes a grown man weep. They all line up at your door, saying, please, please, I can't take no more. You never need nobody. You've never been alone. And I try to get your affection. All I ever do is wrong. Let's go to the bridge. Give me your highest fever, loudest scream in the crowd. All of these good times can't change the way I feel about you now. Well, will give me your hottest fever, loudest scream in the crowd. All of these good times can't change the way I feel about you now. Now I know you got that smile, and the way it shines can drive a man half wild. But I won't dance around this no more. Oh, I'm the only one you should smile for. Yeah. Yeah. You've never been alone. And I try to get your affection. And all I ever do is wrong. Yeah. Thank you very much.
It's almost over. No. I mean, you do what you feel. I'm almost done. So, obviously, first time we sang together, I was like, not turning back. This is it. We made our first record within the first 4 months of being a band, and then we sat on that record for 2 years, and we only played shows in New York City, to the point where all of our beautiful friends and family and fans knew every word to a record that had never been released. And there's always this resistance that can happen whenever you're trying to collaborate with people and try to create. I feel like the universe just throws really hard softballs at you. And while all that was going on, and I was so excited about this new project, this silly thing from Rolling Stone and Atlantic Records reached out, and they were like, hey, we're doing a fake battle of the bands, and we want you'll win, and you'll be on the cover of the Rolling Stone. This is back when it mattered. You'll be on the cover of the Rolling Stone, and you'll get your own record deal, which was like my dream for the whole time. But they were like, but we don't want the new project. We want the solo work. And I had to make a decision to be like, that is done. No. And I had to walk away from it, and it sucked. But it needed to happen because I felt the collaboration was so much just better. To be a part of that and to be a spoke in the wheel with these two. And I sent an email out to all of our fans, and I was like, we're gonna trick the labels. Everybody show up at the Bowery Ballroom, sing every word at the top of your lungs, and help us get signed to a label. And they did. And a bidding war happened with all the hoity-toity labels, and we ended up going with this little bitty label with this guy that just lived in the same brownstone as me in Park Slope. And it was beautiful. And him and his family would literally watch my children while we were out on tour. It was so epic. It was so beautiful. And the name of our band was Zach Williams and the Bellow. And right before we were to release our first record, I really felt like me having my name in the band was killing something. And I told our management and lawyers and everybody, I was like, I want to take my name out of the band. I want to really surrender my whole self to this collaboration with these two insanely talented, beautiful souls. And they were like, you're ruining your life. So we changed it to the Lone Bellow. And that was the beginning of everything for me. And that was 6 records, 13 years, and 8 children ago. And we are still embarking on some of the most exciting moments of collaborating, and that leading to better creativity. And I just want to encourage you, find the people that you love and invite them in. And we are going to leave you with one last song. Thank you so much for your time. Brian and Kanene, will you come back out?
And thank you so much to the Welcome Conference. This has just been a whole day of absolute beauty. Thank you, Will and Brian. This world can take you. You need an arm around your neck, somebody you can talk to. When it shakes you, when no one else will say it, and you need to hear the truth. Let it break you. Let it help you lay down what you held on to. Let it break you. Let it help you lay down what you held on to. Scared to fail you. And the clock's counting down. I feel like I got everything to prove. I've been afraid of trouble. After losing it all, I got nothing else to lose. Let it break you. Let it help you lay down what you held on to. Let it break you. You can count on me if I can count on you. Help you lay down what you held on to. Help you lay down what you held on to. What you held on to. Thank you very much. Thank you.